Okay, welcome back again everybody, and today what I'm going to talk to you about is this little space that I have right here that I'm going to convert into all towers. And let me just grab the camera here and show you what I'm talking about. I had this space, I built these gutters and I grew a couple of crops in them. I have foam down in here, and the water came through I have different lines coming over here. This is a different solution than the fish. It's not hooked into the fish tank. And I was using some compost tea, and I can hook it up to a regular hydroponic solution, grown solution. So my idea was, the reason I put these gutters in was to utilize all available space to try to maximize where I can grow. And so I put in this this table right here, just basically, you know, to start some seeds in and to grow stuff in my trays. And I'm doing the same thing with this over here. I got a lot of mess right now, but I'm still growing my wheatgrass, and I've got some different stages growing here, as you can see. But I'm going to keep this shelf right here. I probably won't utilize these gutters, but let me just show you what I'm going to do here. I'm going to come out here because I figured out how much space I actually have. So on this wall right here, I'm going to set towers up. They're going to be 8 foot tall. So I can grow towers here. I can grow towers on this wall right here. And I can grow towers on this wall right here. And then in the middle here, I'm going to take this table out, and I'm going to set 2 towers back to back. And so the plants will be facing this direction. The towers that are on this side will be facing here, and then I'm going to have a row of lighting, LED lighting, come through here, a row of LED lighting through here, and whatever LED lighting I need down there to light those up, and the same right behind me. This space isn't very big. It's only 10 foot long, so it's kind of a cramped space. But what I've decided to do, and I may or may not do this, but I may go ahead and seal this up solid. This is the north side of my greenhouse, and so I really don't get any light to speak of through here. The light all comes from this direction, as you can see it kind of reflecting up there on that plastic. I may go ahead and put some insulation in there, some styrofoam, and put something solid on there and just block that out. Or I may just leave it. I don't know what I'm going to do exactly yet. So what I figured out was, if I put towers in here, instead of spacing them like I have over here on the other side, where I have a foot or whatever between them, I'm going to put them right next to each other, as tight as I can. You know, one of the things now is growing indoors, and so this, I'm going to do my testing area as if I'm growing indoors. And that's why I'm not concerned about the lighting in here. And I'm going to put in the LED lighting. I'm not going to rely on the outside lighting. So what I'm going to do, if you go to like freight farms and you look at how they're growing in containers, they're really tight. And then Bright Agrotech came out with their indoor farming. Of course, Larry's been doing his indoor farming in his garage for a while now, using different lighting and track lighting. But the point is, on the indoor growing, especially with freight farms, they put in the towers really tight and are hanging LED strips similar to this one that is right here. I don't know, this one popped on, half of it burned out already, but I just extend the daylight over these seedlings so I can get them to grow a little faster. Now in this space, I figured out that I have more vertical space that I can use for towers than I have vertical space if I did it like this. I actually went through the math already, so because my original thinking was to build a big shelf unit in this space and just go up high, 6 shelves high. And when I figured it all out, I actually have more square footage on the walls, and then in the middle here, if I'm 8 foot towers, then if I build this 6 foot high, which then gets me 8 foot tall, and at 8 foot tall, then I have to use a ladder to get in here. And then what happened was this space, these aisle spaces, when you go up higher, then you start having to allow for aisle space, because now you have to get a ladder in here, and the higher you go, the bigger the ladder gets. Right now, you know, if I go up 6 foot or 7 foot, I can get a step stool in here and get up on that, and I can work on a narrow aisle. But the higher I go, the bigger my aisle has to get to accommodate the bigger ladder. And of course, if we were growing in a warehouse or a really big greenhouse, we'd have to have a 3 foot or a 4 foot aisle to accommodate either a rolling ladder or like a scissor lift. But anyways, here's what I figured out. This is my notes right here. Of course, you guys can't tell a whole lot from it, but this is these are all my space here for my vertical towers, and I have 384 square feet growing space. If I go vertical in towers, if I go vertical on a flat plane and built a big table in here with 6 shelves in it, I would only get 186 square feet to grow on. So I'm almost double the square feet growing vertically with towers than I am vertically horizontal, if that makes sense to you guys. So I also figured I can put in about 144 towers in this area, which is going to be a lot of towers. But I want to test and see what it's going to do before I go either get into a warehouse or get into a shipping container to do the indoor farming. Obviously, that seems to be where the future of some of this, especially growing the leafy green stuff, is indoors, because we can control it so much better than growing outdoors. So this is going to be my test area. I'm going to do exactly that. I did go to Bright Agrotech's website. I pulled up, they have this little, I don't know if you guys can see this, but if you go to their website and you want to estimate how many towers and everything, they have a little calculator on there, and they do say it's just a rough estimate, but I put in that I wanted to grow 140 towers, and it came back, or that I wanted to put in 140 towers in my space, and it came back that this is how much I should be able to harvest from it. It says towers harvested on a 5-week cycle be 28. Total production per week 100%. This is lettuce at 5.5 pounds per tower be 154, which in dollars comes out, I guess, to 70. Well, I'm not sure if that's dollars or what that is, because it didn't print it all. Total production per week, this is on basil at 3.25. Yeah, that would be dollars. That'd be $7,700 on the lettuce. The basil came out to be 91 pounds per week to $4,550, and I think they're figuring the basil at $20 a pound. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing. So what they're saying here on the 100% greens at $4 a pound wholesale, per week is $616, per year is $30,800. 100% herbs at 20 pounds wholesale per week is $1,820. That would be like your basil, your other higher priced herbs. They're $91,000 per year. Now, $90,000, if I can generate $90,000 in this little space with 140 towers, man, I'm going to be pretty happy. So we're going to just see how accurate these numbers are. I mean, it's not my point to prove them right or wrong, but it is my point to see exactly what the real numbers are, because there's a lot of variables. But I can control everything in here. I've got a heater in here now. I put in a wood stove, and I have electric heat if I need it. I have propane heat if I need it, so I can keep this place pretty much at the temperature I want it. I just purchased a bunch of different LED lighting. I'm testing them all right now, so I'm going to see which ones actually work better for my application. And so I think we'll have a pretty good handle on it after I get it all done, but I've got a lot of work to do. So anyways, that's it for now, and I'll keep you posted as I build this space out. All right, thanks for watching, and be sure and subscribe. Thanks.